So this is a small PSA. The guy who does the audio for Foo's juice reviews has been studying in New York at Juilliard. And his flute skills, well, let me just play the video for you. Amazing. That is a recorder.
Yeah, this guy fucks.
Yeah, the tonguing skills. Holy crap. The ladies swoon.
Now you see, the M4 is one of the most tactical weapons ever made. Tingo skra!
That whole melting into the floor just gets me. Welcome everybody to tonight's Plumes of Hazards. I'm Mass Blaster 9, and these are my co-hosts. We have Fubaka and the Inkful Vapor Schlanzafaz.
Sludge everyone.
Yo, fuck you, Angsty.
Oh. You got him too. You got him while he was mid-drink. Yikes.
Sick.
Yikes. Wait, is that even cold? No.
It is cold. It's just not cold enough, but it's cold enough to drink.
It's cool.
Look, I thought of it when I got home an hour ago, and that's when I thought of it. So it was left out last night, and I threw it in the fridge. You know what it is? It's still fizzy as fuck, though.
Well, it's going to be real fizzy if it's warm.
No, it's like, I'd say, if I had to guess, 55 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. I can't drink room temperature Coke. Absolutely not.
I'll do it. That's because I'm cheap.
Long story short, we had some people over yesterday, and this was left over.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, let's flex on Angsty tonight.
You clearly didn't have me over, otherwise there would be no Diet Coke left.
It would
no, actually, I probably would have hid a few cans for myself in the back of the fridge. You
have the cans like inside with sleeves of something else like water.
Right.
Yo, honestly, if Angsty lived in my house, like with the amount of Diet Coke cans I'd recycle, I could probably put a down payment on a house.
Do y'all have the whole like deposit and then recycle, get the money back thing?
Yep, 5 cents.
Yeah, what?
I was wondering about that.
I've got family in Michigan. They do the same thing. It's a pain, man.
One thing I've noticed, the supermarkets that do the recycling around me, they definitely do not keep as many machines. I don't know if it's less common, but I just remember it being more of a thing growing up. Like, supermarkets would have bigger rooms. They'd have like 4 to 6 machines. And that shit was fun, man.
Beating it?
No, just like, yeah, just throw it in. It's like, whoosh. It's like fucking cool, man. I don't know.
I like
you know what I mean? Like the people who understand what I'm talking about.
I like the hillbilly version. The dude would just have a generator and a thing going like this.
Yeah.
And he just, if you got your fingers in there, it was going to be canified. Really cool with the can.
Those guys, they hook that up to, like a small block or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sit there and turn it. The ones that have it for splitting firewood are the ones that I think are really cool. Those things are awesome.
Till you get.
I hope Bigglesworth put together a log splitter. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
but that thing took like 30 to 40 seconds to split a log, didn't it? No. It was gas power, but it was like, okay, we split
like,
back it off.
No, so here's the problem. I never got to see it in action because the day we put it together, Jay's like, oh shit, we need like 2 gallons of hydraulic fluid. And mind you, this was on Christmas Eve. I was at his when I was at his house. I went to Walmart, and we're it's in like the aisle where your motor oil and shit. We needed 2 gallons, and
That's a lot of hydraulic fluid.
Jay's scanning every fucking shelf. You know what I did? I didn't. I scanned one shelf, the one shelf that had a lot of empty space on it, because that's where the hydraulic fluid was. I knew it. He's looking on the shelves. I looked up at the stars, and I'm like, you know what the stars are saying? You're not getting your hydraulic fluid today.
Hey, Masty, you like how he said it was on Christmas Eve? With the two of them, it's more like that's Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we went to 3 places, I believe, and came up unsuccessful. So I just had to wait until I had to split my own logs in the bathroom the next day.
I knew that was coming. Should have known.
I wasn't even thinking about it, but then I was just like, you know what? Fuck it.
So they have those that have like they're not even an axe head, right? They're, since it's pneumatic or mechanically powered or whatever, it doesn't have to be very sharp.
It was sharp enough.
Yeah, I'm just saying they don't have to be if it's got enough juice behind it. But the other thing that I think are kind of neat are the ones that are made to split like whole logs that have like that real coarse screw.
Uh-huh.
Like it just screw, and then once it gets deep enough, the whole log just goes meh, just kind of falls apart.
I think I have a picture of said splitter.
You need the one that's mounted on the front of a Bobcat that has holds the logs, brings it over, moves it over.
Faux show. Where'd my
You guys getting a lot of weather up there today, Ahmed?
A little. We got a little bit of rain today.
Yeah.
It was muggy though. I did myself a bit of walking today in the city, and man's was hot.
Yeah. Man's was hot.
It was like what? It was like 80 today. Probably more with the heat index and the humidity and shit. But I hate hot weather and having to wear clothes.
You hate them?
I hate them.
Dude, where the hell did my bill box go?
Ruh-roh.
You and fucking Angsty lives in billet boxes. Name a more iconic duo.
It's probably in his 5th pocket.
It's not. I checked. Oh, here it is. It was hiding behind my keyboard. I was using it today. I'm like, wait a minute. Where the fuck did it go? I know I didn't lose it. It was not room service this time. It was just my inability to see through keyboards.
So, are we talking about the Stefan in the room?
We can.
Because apparently, you mind popping that link in chat? Beverly Hills voted to outlaw tobacco sales in an ordinance believed to be the first of its kind in the U.S. The city council late Tuesday night voted to outlaw sales of most tobacco products. Oh, nice. Log splitter. Yeah, that's a big one.
That was my way to make sure that everything was screwed on properly. I'm like, is it balanced enough to hold me?
Yeah.
Boom.
Look
at that form. Look at that form. Look at how little space I have.
Yeah.
I love
to work with. I got squeeze my feet in there. That's veteran shit right there.
No heel.
I love the wheel chucks while it's in the garage.
Why not?
Yeah, keep that shit stable.
Yeah.
Weren't you the one that showed me that picture a while back of it was like two different people doing the Slav squat, and one of them was like authentic, and the other one was like Western Spy or something like that. And the guy had his.
That sounds like something Will would link.
Maybe it was a Will.
I think it was him. I know what you're talking about because I know I absolutely saved it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
No,
So this
Michael, I think it was a pneumatic one.
Pneumatic. So this ban is set to begin in 2021. Prohibits the sale of cigarettes, cigars, pipe tobacco, chewing tobacco, and e-cigs sold in gas stations, convenience stores, and pharmacies, and grocery stores. However, and this is the best part. However, The ordinance exempts tobacco sales at high-end cigar lounges and hotels. Ladies and gentlemen, if this doesn't tell you that money matters, I don't know what does.
Yeah, there's going to be an awful lot of grouchy ass white rich folks in Beverly Hills that can't get their stogies.
Yep.
Yep. It could also work the other way too. Everyone knows the fucking McDonald's story with the beef tallow. You know why they stopped making their fries with beef tallow? Because the right rich person complained.
Yeah.
Why did Sriracha's manufacturing become an issue? Because the right politician's daughter complained.
So, and also in addition to this, they're saying that Manhattan Beach, I guess the town nearby, is also adopting its own ban on the sale of tobacco products. Several beach communities in Southern California already have smoking bans in public areas. According to the ordinance, allowing tobacco products to be sold in the city increases access to these harmful and dangerous products and does not promote the city's image as a healthy city. There you go.
Or, you can make them stop selling to minors, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, and so here in the last piece of the article, it says the National Association of Tobacco Outlets, that would be NATO, which opposed the measure, claims local tobacco sellers in Beverly Hills could see a monthly income fall of 25 to 45% due to the ban. Damn, that's it? They're banning. They're straight out outright banning them, and it's only going to hurt them 25 to 45%.
Dude, that's not peanuts. That's almost half your business.
Bullshit. What do you mean it's not peanuts? It should be 100% if you're not going to be able to sell any tobacco. That means that them selling them stogies to those expensive ass places is making them more than 50%.
Or no, or they're primarily a cigar shop.
They won't be able to sell cigars. It's not the only place you'll be able to buy cigars is at the high-end cigar lounges and hotels.
Oh,
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's why that piece of
the only logical conclusion to make is that extra 60% is coming from lottery tickets and nudie mags, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess. Or gas, I suppose. Look, Mark's in the chat. Thanks for the link, Mark. He was the one who found that scrap video and sent it on.
Yeah, boy. So, yeah. So, anyways, it'll be interesting to see what other towns, start picking that up.
Yeah. I mean, that's the problem is almost all this shit's almost all in California.
Yeah.
Out there. I mean, come on.
It's like, dude, does really surprise you.
Right. Masty, did you, obviously we know where you are geographically in the United States. You're not prone to earthquakes. What happened back there?
Let's see.
Rosie O'Donnell fall over?
It happened.
Yeah, exactly. That looks normal. That's good. I like it.
That's she is not going to out of the house in the morning, so she gets to leave her toys so she can play with them. So,
how's that going, by the way? How's summer treating you?
She's doing good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
we should play her a trap remix of the cleanup song.
She was
should make it.
She was so the I don't even know what the name of the song is. A Cowboy Song, whatever, with the rap song that's out with
yeah, I know
with Mr. Cyrus.
Yeah.
I was telling my wife that Little X Naz, or whatever the hell this rapper's name is, walks into an elementary school and makes these kids graduation day because he goes in and sings the song. And all the kids know the song, like every word to the song. My wife's like, oh, yeah, they know it. I'm like, yeah, because listening to first and second graders singing about lean all in their bladder and, cheated on my baby and all this stuff is great.
Okay. To draw a parallel point, I was singing "You Down with OPP?" Yeah, you know. I didn't know what the fuck it meant until like middle school.
That's true.
So
That's true. But yeah, I didn't think how big it was.
oh,
And,
even that fucking Shaggy song, it wasn't me, dude. My mom loved. She like, love the fuck out of that beat. Like she's like, oh, that's catchy. I'm like, you don't know what they're singing about, dude.
yeah.
Most people who jam that shit probably didn't.
Yep. So interesting.
I mean, shit. Some of these parents feel like they probably need to give their kids lean when they're acting up. So,
Bessie, I am guaranteeing you that was the TU or the Texas University because most of those bastards are delinquents down that way anyway. So, I mean, it's Austin.
Delinquents.
He just said that they announced a study showing that vaping turns teens into delinquents. Now that's just Austin area teens there, buddy.
Does it also turn them black?
no. Vaping does turn teens into delinquents because I'm sick and fucking tired of. So I'll sit generally on my way home from work. I stand near the front of the subway platform because I'm near my desired exit when I get to my station. So I got my headphones in. I'm always looking down the platform to see the light, when the train rolls up. Not a day goes by I don't see a fucking jewel cloud coming off the end of the platform. I'm just. This is the shit that I was always like afraid of looking like an asshole doing back in 2013 when I was like leaving the house with my vape, and just.
So
it does turn you into a fucking delinquent. If you're the right age.
Well, I mean, for the longest time down here, cops were pulling people over who were blowing big ass clouds out of their car. And now, I don't know if you saw, but obviously the whole CBD craze, and that lady got arrested at Disney for having CBD in her purse.
Mm-hmm.
And now, obviously, these are the drops that they're putting under their tongue, not something that they're using to vape, but same difference.
Yeah.
So anything labeled with it's gonna be a bad time. Okay?
Let them have their CBD shit. Like, think about it this way: prohibition of marijuana products in general went to the point that someone thought it was a good idea to make synthetic marijuana that actually fucks you up permanently. We know a couple people who fucked up permanently from that shit. Like, think about it.
Yeah.
Like, fucking ridiculous. It's like you're smoking like fucking fake like chemicals because you don't want to fail your drug test at work. That's like worse. It's like you couldn't even compare it to like Coke and like Diet Coke, right? That's just terrible.
Yeah.
Am I just gonna be like, oh, I'm drinking too much Diet Coke?
Whoa. Rob's been a gigolo since grade school. Well done, Rob.
Wow. You probably have more STDs than James Bond at this point.
Yeah, that guy never wraps it up. I would agree.
No, dude, why? Like, honestly, of all the I've watched all the James Bond movies but like 3, and I'd say that like on my personal ladder, he's never been with anything under a 7. Doesn't mean she don't got herpes though.
So apparently the link that I posted was it was the same one that Stefan posted, but it was a different Reddit thread. The top comment in this one where Stefan posted was another great profit center for organized crime. And it says, and this other one said the city also plans to conduct a study on how the ban is affecting tourism in 3 years. And the person says, now I see why hotels are still allowed to sell tobacco products to their guests. Fuck the residents, but you have to keep that tourism money flowing in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Never go full retard unless you're in California.
You know what's funny about California? When I was there in college for a school trip.
So hang on. Someone said, someone replied to him and said, I see you've never visited Appalachia.
Oh my God. Yeah. Can't say I visited there, but I sure should have driven as fast as I could through it. Expression. I'm not sorry if you're from West Virginia, but I've been told it is a 110 state because that's about your average speed driving through it. But yeah.
It's true.
Well, Florida can be pretty dumb too, Masty.
Oh, dude, what was it? I think somebody posted something that it was like Florida, California, and somebody else, and it was like
Florida's in its own league, though. To their credit, they're in their own league.
Three amigos, dude. And I'm telling you that some of the shit doesn't even make it on the news because it happens in places that it's so far in the boonies, and there's some weird shit that goes on, like for real.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the shit is so weird that they make Netflix documentaries about it. When you end up on Netflix, you know shit just got real. I have always said I think, a lot of this shit happens. Let's see, on every other day except for the 2 days of winter that we have, and then it's heat all the time. So the heat makes cooks people's melons, and they start doing some weird shit. Like the guy who wanted to ride the gator that was crossing the street on 95 naked.
He thought he'd try to kill
First of all, how do you get? I mean, I've seen them, down in Okeechobee is different, when they're crossing down there, but crossing 95 first, how do you get to video that? And second, who decides they're going to strip their clothes off and ride the fucking gator?
Someone who is waiting for Mr. Coffee to circle back around because they missed him. So like, hey, I'm going to kill some time until the ice cream man comes.
The timing is just so perfect. So
it's telling that the very first time I ever heard the phrase bath salts and not referring to something you put in your bathtub was definitely that guy that was trying to eat people or something in Florida. So
first time I heard it used in something that wasn't involved in a Valentine's Day gift.
Exactly.
I mean,
you're literally eating hearts out for Valentine's Day on bath salts, right?
Yeah. Hey, Foo.
Hey, Angsty.
I know what you're drinking. What are you vaping?
Do you know what I'm drinking? What if I replace this with RC Cola?
Dude, I'm from the deep south. I love the RC.
I loved it too. It was great. Am I vaping on? Same shit. Narta, Snowdrift. Charging. Yeah, actually, I picked. Basically, I've just been on the super minimalist 75C, 250C rotation with the same Addy, and I got home, an hour ago or so, and sat down, picked up the 250C, and I'm just like, I looked and said 4%. I was like, fuck. I forgot to plug it in before I left earlier. So now I have to vape on it while it's charging, which I hate doing.
Yeah. Well, it's awkward.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? What's in it? Snowdrift?
Mm-hmm. I'm running low on it actually.
Josh wants to know about your churs.
My what?
Your churs in your ears.
Oh, I've worn these before. I just got a different wire for them. These are the KZ ZSR earbuds. This is the braided aftermarket cord.
I was like, what the fuck is Inksy talking about? I don't see any churros.
It's not churros. Before the show, he was saying that these are basically shores. So they're like chores.
Oh, I forgot you. Yeah, we'll call them chores. Yeah, these are basic. These are Shure styled.
I'm like, is he vaping something that tastes like churros?
I'll eat a fucking churros.
I know you would.
God, now I want a churro. Damn.
Charles Barkley loves churros. It's a meme with him.
Anyways, he also likes getting shot in the face by a water gun.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's the thing to do now to cops. Is towns just have this crazy water gun fight, and when the cops show up, they just shoot them with the water guns.
Right.
Like there's literally a video in Atlanta where this cop's like trying to get back to his car, and they're holding the door open, and he's just drenched.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be fun to unload a taser during that. You could probably tase like 15 people at the same time.
What a nice time to have that kind of relationship with the police, right?
Absolutely.
Man.
Well, so actually, sorry, not to break up your what you're vaping, but so I forgot to say during the Florida man bit, I forgot we literally just had one like 3 days ago. You can look it up in a Merritt Island Walmart where they dude shot this other dude in the head, and apparently they all work there, and it was over a woman. So the one guy used to be with this girl, and they broke up, and then the new guy said something to the old guy and shot him just in the head. Bye, Felicia's.
Damn.
Like, yeah, that's the kind of
Felicia's. I thought you said Felicia's. I'm like, is this a Greek tragedy?
that's the kind of shit that happens.
Farewell.
Or here's another one. Florida man is facing manslaughter charges after he accidentally shot his girlfriend during a sex act.
What?
Is there
Andrew,
is there a sex position called like the Oklahoma Kid or something?
Yeehaw. Damn.
I guess he didn't have good trigger discipline.
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
Basically, it said Andrew Chanel, 23, and a woman in her 20s were engaging in an act of foreplay involving his registered handgun.
You could say it wasn't wise to have one in the chamber.
What?
You can't make the shit up. So,
if there's ever a time to make sure your gun is clear, it might be when you're slightly distracted like that.
all your guns,
Right?
all loaded weapons.
Everything has safeties on. Oh man, fingers on the trigger, dummies.
Maybe he likes to live dangerously.
I don't know.
Well, that's in poor taste. I'm not gonna make that joke.
Who is she banging? Who is she fucking? Frank Castle? Like what the fuck?
Oh dear. So this week I've mostly been vaping on this tiny little monkey right here. This is a Limelight freehand gloom with the RAM board inside. Inside, of course, is Railcracker. Get your own today at derailmentvape.co. And then also, I broke out something a little different this week. I brought up the old billet box. This is my RPG billet box with a little JMK button. Nice and concave, super comfy, and a Hellfire tip on top and inside. Get pissed with a little of abolishment in there too, because you gotta like it cold.
Have you seen the billet box that has a square button?
Billet box has a square button.
Yeah, I saw somebody post a picture today. It was one of the friendly flippers.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they changed that whole plate out. There's like plates that have like, they have all kinds of plates now.
Oh, so there's one cut out for a square button.
And there's one cut out for a square button.
I
look kind of neat.
That.
Let me see if I can find the picture. That's pretty cool.
That picture. Yeah. No, so it's been good to break out the old billet box, get some look what I found in my. So I haven't traveled anywhere in a while. Look what I found in my bag. My post shirt. I haven't worn it in a while. I was actually looking for it recently and couldn't find it. It's because it was in my bag. My bag.
I haven't worn it a bunch, mainly because like, as much as I love it, the paint graphic it feels weird against my breasts.
It does, and it's wearing too. So it's definitely like the black coming through. It doesn't matter.
I should probably. I'm also like 20-ish pounds lighter than when I got that shirt, so it probably fits me better now. But it still feels weird. Like the paint on the graphic is very dense.
It is very dense, and that's one of the things that I don't mind too much about the paint starting to come off because now.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say I probably watched it a few times.
Yeah, it's been around for a minute. This was from the first release of the first.
Launch. I remember we got them that weekend.
In Tulsa. So Vic's not wrong, Massey. If that was from Friendly Flipper, it was probably a Knox billet box, probably a Chillet box. The one that they're selling there that that looks like a billet box, and I think it takes a Boro, but it's not a billet box.
Maybe it wasn't. I'm trying to. No, because there's legit billet boxes here that have the different plates. I don't remember if it was a friendly flipper or not. I'm trying to find a picture. I mean, I see a bunch with like 9mm K-Sands.
God damn it. Forgot to put the basketball game on.
Don't.
I pulled up the game thread. I didn't click on the goddamn link.
Who's playing right now?
Finals. Warriors, Raptors. This is the part where Duro says anything that isn't a combat sport is shit. Subboxing or MMA.
Let's see.
Yeah, I feel about a square button on a billet box. It just, I don't know.
I'm trying to see if I can find a picture. It was today. I don't know which one it was, but it was like a greenish, and it actually looked pretty neat.
Fessy said theirs is called the Delro. It has a round button, but is a Rev 3 config instead of Rev 4. So it's got like a slidey thing on it. That's a I mean, because one of the things that was so cool about the Rev 3 is the machining was so freaking amazing. If they could produce that, I'd be impressed.
You know what would be dope if you had a button? Here's where if you had a button made out of a casino die.
You could probably shave enough off the, cut one down and shave it off.
I haven't seen that done for a button in general for a mod. Not that I know. I'm sure one exists out there.
Yeah.
And they came across my desk.
I mean, they've got the butt cap from a 45 shell. I mean, I've seen all sorts of, stylized buttons.
I have a couple sets of like decommissioned or like the Bellagio, like in the souvenir store at casinos, they sell dice once they're done. Once they're through the rotation. So
card decks too, yeah.
Yeah, I have some purple casino dice, like translucent.
That's gonna drive me bananas now.
Translucent from the it's not the Venetian. Not the Venetian, it's the MGM. Sorry, the Bellagio. So I have like the like I always thought like this would make such a cool button for a mod. Looking at
it. Rob says basketball is lame. It just sounds like a bunch of crickets making noise. Creak, creak. Yeah. So Vic, you're not wrong. So a lot of people that criticize baseball about being boring. I cannot watch baseball on TV, but going to a baseball game is fun. I mean, you got the beer, you got the peanuts, you got your hot dog or whatever you're doing there, and you got your buddies, and you get to yell at the the players.
I mean, baseball's just not for normies. That's just what it used to be.
But like watching on TV, God bless.
So
it's just too slow.
So the protective netting has been a hot button topic in baseball because a girl got hit at a Cubs game.
Girl got hit in a Cubs. How do you get hit in a Cubs game?
Yeah, that was sad, man.
Here's the thing, though. Granted, she's a kid, but no one's fucking watching the game at a ball game anymore.
Yeah.
Like, if you were sitting on the third baseline, you brought your fucking glove with you.
Right.
That's like I don't only like the true baseball nerds I see still take their gloves if they're sitting there because you have to keep your head on a swivel when you're sitting there. Like when I sat on the first or third baseline, I looked fucking forward to having something scorched my way, snagging it out of the air and flexing for the camera. I wanted to do that as a kid. Right. That's what I wanted. I still want to do. Now everyone's like with their fucking phone, and I guarantee someone's gonna fucking die at a ball game because no one's watching the goddamn game when a pitch is thrown.
Yeah, I mean, people get hit by bats and all kinds of stuff too. But I mean, I thought you were talking about like something from behind the backstop. You're talking about a foul ball.
So basically, before last season, because the incident rate, the rate is going up of people getting hit at games, and I'm gonna die on the fucking hill if no one's watching their goddamn kids or watching the game because everyone's in their fucking phone.
Yes.
No one's addressed that. Like everything I listened to and read, blah, blah, blah. What is it? So beginning of last season, they'd already extended the netting out further.
Yeah.
Now I think it's just going to be a total cover.
But that's kind of lame, right? If you're on like the sidelines,
You'll get used to it, but the problem is if you go to BP, it's going to be much harder to get a ball now because you know how many times that I showed up to BP and was like literally right there and I just had a ball thrown to me over the dugout and I just barehanded. The last time I was sitting near field level because the netting was extended, I had a ball thrown over the netting and it came in my direction. You know what happened? Someone, because no. The people that were sitting next to us left all their fucking food, so there was a mess of popcorn that ended up like slipping just enough on the ball. It hit my nails. Like that's how close I was to catching it. I slipped just enough. It hit my nails and then hit the seat behind me and bounced up. I was like, dude, I was already outstretched. That would have been an ill grab.
Yeah. That's too big.
You know, Duro, some people still get excited about shit, okay, and not 8 anymore. Live a little, cunt.
That's so I can honestly say it's been a minute since I was at a ball game anyway, but it's been multiple decades since I wore a glove to a ball game. But at the same time, I wasn't on my phone because you got to be ready. If you're not going to bring a glove, you better be ready to barehand it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, and it makes sense if one of these things is, if it's roped, right? I mean, like you get like just a solid line drive screaming foul ball. They go quick. They're going quick. So I can see somebody getting popped. That's for sure. But
well, so they had already extended the net, and she was sitting just outside of that
like four rows over or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the dude was like on the ground because he saw, he hit the ball and saw her get, popped.
Because an issue prior, and it was just like, I feel like it was an anomaly, but there was a stretch of like 3 or 4 years in baseball where
everybody was getting hit.
Players were losing a handle on the bat when they'd strike out.
On the bat, yeah.
Like that had happened. I remember it was a dude at a game who got hit, like bleeding a lot. It looked worse than it actually was. He was fine and left on his own accord, but got a souvenir. I mean, I've gotten plenty of balls from BP in games and such, but I've never come away with a bat. I almost came away with a seat.
And there's this was years ago. There was at one point they had this picture of this guy of a bat being thrown, in the back of his swing, and it's going up in the stand, and like everybody in slow mo going, like making these like horrible faces as they kind of wince away from this bat being thrown out.
Isn't that the one that's got the picture of the guy getting hit in the jaw with the bat?
Oh, I don't know.
There's one like that where everybody around is going like this and flinching, and he's getting popped in the jaw.
The one I was thinking about, the guy that's about to get hit wasn't even looking. Like he was looking at his popcorn or something, right? And everybody around him was going, "Oh!" It was good. Rob says, "Is Sammy Sosa still a thing?" I don't think he's.
No, he's not. He's 9 shades lighter than he was in his heyday.
He is.
Baseball being very, very good to me.
And the funny thing is, his jaw's so square, so he talks, you think he has like gumballs in his cheeks.
Yeah.
He goes very, very good, man. He's very good. Like the last interview I watched him, he actually like ended the interview and got up and left because he was mad.
Oh.
They asked me about the steroid, and
yeah, I think it was all those roids that were making him. It changed his whole body type, right? Because like he looks pretty different now.
Yes and no. I'm sure it had its effects. It sure as shit didn't lighten his skin. But dude, that steroids saved baseball, and now baseball's dying again because there are no steroids.
I don't disagree. I feel like we may have talked about this at some point on the show, but that was a long time ago. I think the two of us are in the same mind of that. I think if you just make it or make a particular one legit and optional, obviously, but just say fine, do it if you want.
Yeah, do it if you want little balls.
I can't say I played baseball at a major league level, but even in high school, we did whatever the fuck we could to gain a competitive advantage. Like when you hear about like pitchers getting their fingers extra sticky by using the SPF with the rosin bag, like you play fucked around with shit like that. You know what happened? 53-foot curveballs. That's what happens. But yo, dude, the spin on them.
Around the corner.
No, it was just like a really sharp, like kamikaze curveball, but it didn't make it to the plate because you had to look like almost had to relearn how to throw because your fingers were so damn sticky.
Yeah, Fezzi, you're right. Because there were that was that heyday year, the 4 or 5 years or whatever it was, where McGuire's arms were bigger than your thighs. That's about right.
Even in Oakland too with Canseco, like you watch the footage. You know, one of them was on base and one of them drove the other one in on a home run, and they like took like 2 steel beams clubbing like forearms after their home run. They clubbed forearms because their hands would have like broken the sound barrier or some shit. I don't know. It was like that fucking scene. It was in Commando. Like 2 like jacked ass arms. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. That's one of my favorite gifts too. That cuts in the nuke. That cuts in the mustard.
It's also one of the best lines on the Arnold soundboard. You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. Yeah.
I can't find it. Son of a bitch. I know I saw the picture. If anybody can find it, post a link. It was a square button.
You still looking for your square button?
I am, dude. It's driving me crazy.
Don't touching that with a 10-foot pole, Rob. Yeah, Meg, you're right. Barry Bonds gained like 10 hat sizes across 3 years. That's about right too. Yeah, and that's so. I mean, I don't know for pretty much any sport. I mean, because look at like cycling, right? I mean, that's been a thing for a really long time. We're not necessarily steroids per se, but a lot of other health and performance enhancing things like changing your blood out, that kind of thing, right?
So the thing is, here's the crazy thing about blood doping. It isn't directly performance enhancing. So what a lot of people don't understand about like cycling and like the crazy endurance athletes, like that shit is bad for your body.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like, yeah, so when you're doing the Tour de France or you're doing like the Ironman triathlon, your body's redlined for like X amount of hours, right?
Right.
And so when you blood dope, basically, you're taking out blood and replacing it with oxygen-rich blood, so you can just recover.
Right.
And it's a fairly common practice, but
it's certain. I don't know how you can't say that that's not performance enhancing because it's letting you go longer and recover faster.
Yeah, you're recovering faster, but it's also like it's good for you to do it because if you didn't do it, you'd be putting your body in serious harm. You know what I mean? By not doing it, it's almost like the athletes should be doing it. My opinion is that they should be doing it. Because even though like these people are in some of the best shape in the world, they're also like abusing the shit out of their bodies in the process.
For sure. Mark said they test snooker players for performance-enhancing drugs. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Lord, I can do
Adderall.
Yeah, Adderall. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Dude, straight up, like I'll say this. Just I'm not a snooker player, but I do like to shoot pool every so often. If I have a couple beers, I play infinitely better.
Absolutely.
Just because the hands are still. I'm not overthinking my shots. I'm just like you hit that equilibrium after like 2 beers.
Yeah.
And
then you got to maintain that.
Yeah, so you just I'll have another drink after 40 minutes an hour. And gotta keep that perfect buzz going.
There's a curve. We always joke about the curve.
Same thing with darts.
Darts is the same way.
No darts. I have no shame playing that absolutely fucking wasted, and I couldn't hit anywhere I'm trying to hit. Pool, I have a little more pride in terms of not looking like a fool.
Looking like a fool with your pants on the ground.
I do not have any new mods, Josh. I have when guys, this was like 6 or 8 months ago or something when I picked up the RAM Gloom, and I got a ramified Bliss, and then I got my my walnut replaced because I broke it. Well, I don't know if I really broke it. The wood split down where it's thin. But anyway, they fixed that up, and that's about it. Oh, that's not true. I did get the freehand or the reg hand, the regulated. Freehand. That's about the last mod I bought, man. It's been a while. The old 50/50. That counts as a mod, right? It's a tiny mod. That's good.
It's a mod-ish.
It's a mod-ish. It's a mod in that I think it's just a mod for somebody that vapes somewhat differently than I do. High nick, low power, probably mouth to lung.
It's a sidecar.
It's a sidecar. Every time you bring that 2-liter up, it cracks me up.
I drank more of this than I desired.
It's there.
I'm just giving the internet what they want at this point. You're welcome, bitches.
Adderall just made him have 100 browser tabs open.
Oh, so speaking of Adderall, I may have taken some in college to get, when you are a dumbass and you're taking to writing intensive seminars.
Right.
A lot of writing to do at night. So there'd be some nights I'd finish early, and I was also a very avid StarCraft player then, so I go hit the ladder. Play a much better StarCraft on Adderall. Less thinking and more doing.
Yeah.
Mechanical. The problem is playing computer games already makes your hands cold. Like you gotta between games. My hands got even colder.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually glad to hear you say that. I've never talked about that before, but when I'm playing a game, controller it's actually more controller than it is on the keyboard and mouse. But when I'm playing a game, your hands get ice damn cold.
Controller, it's not as bad for me. Mouse and keyboard, yeah, they get cold. I think it's because of. That's why it's like quick lesson on ergonomics and such. It's important to have your arms at appropriate and make sure you're angled to maximize circulation, because by default, just sitting at a desk, being at a computer is already not the best for you. Meant to do that.
Right.
You got to ensure that you're in the best position possible and to keep your hands warm. So if you ever, we might as well talk about baseball sucking. Some of you probably think esports is even worse, but you'll see, the little Korean nerds in the Overwatch tournaments with hand warmers between rounds, because your shit gets mad cold, even if your mouse is moving all over the place, your hands moving all over the keyboard.
I fucking found them.
That it's more so the back of my hand that gets cold, but if half your hand's cold, that's still enough to fuck you up.
Yeah, it's enough to slow you down for sure.
So
here we go. There's one.
Ooh.
Oh, look at there.
Is that the Miami Dolphin?
That's the flipper version.
Oh, I was going to say.
I love that the sticker even has fuck clones on it.
I was going to say, yeah, if that was a Miami Dolphin button, I was going to say it's going to call it quits 2 months in.
That looks pretty dope. And that plate and everything.
I didn't pick up the EVL Reaper V3. It does look like a good tank. I haven't vaped a tank.
There's the other side.
I personally not only hate that orange, I also hate the orange and gray together. It's disgusting, but I think the button.
Yeah. No, the button's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be a good feel. The round ones, even the concave ones are cool.
Yeah.
But that square one's just begging to get pushed on.
Yeah. I really like my old black one had the convex button, and I liked that for a really long time. But when I picked up this guy, I got the concave. I used the other for years, and I got this one. This is even better because that thumb knuckle just falls right into there, man. It's so comfy.
Yeah. So finally found it. It was actually in. It was in Billet Box Buy, Sell, and Trade.
Gotcha. Marcy said he's got a 1mm deck for his EVL V3, and he's using it with a 0.8mm airflow deck. Damn, dude. Talking about golf ball through a garden.
I hope you're not getting any wisdom teeth pulled in the near future. You sure as shit are not vaping on that.
That's the right there.
Yeah, it's like, dude, he must be the kind of fellow that likes to try drinking a Frosty with a straw.
like a fresh one, right out the tap.
Seriously.
Dude, fuck Wendy's because they've made their small Frosties 50 cents now.
What did they used to be?
They were just, $1 for a small, but when it's 50 cents, you get 2 for $1. And, if you're feeling especially depressed, you could eat both of them.
You can. I see. I haven't been to a Wendy's in a very long time.
I actually ate there for the first time in a while the other day. My sister and I were both feeling lazy. She's like, fuck making dinner. Like, let's get some. So we just go to Wendy's. I make the goddamn illegal right turn out of there every good fucking time. Mainly because the exit of the parking lot, the side exit, goes onto a side street. Directly to a side street. You're supposed to make a left out, but I make the right so I can go to the next block and get the light. I break the law every goddamn time.
That's just how you roll.
So
I can't go make a left out of the lot to go back to my house.
So the Truth Initiative, this is something that came out last week, like right after the show. Obviously, I think it had come out on Thursday.
You're still sharing, by the way, the square button.
Oh, sorry. Came out on Thursday. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I just saw the post again. It said the Truth Initiative, one of the vaping industry's biggest opponents, seems to have accidentally released a white paper they commissioned that touts the potential benefits of nicotine and harm reduction, contradicting much of their public policy. It has since been taken down, and this guy was able to, copy it and save it. He said, basically, it said somebody else had posted, said, I saw this reference on Twitter a week ago by Edward Hubbard. Hubbard was responding to a tweet from Truth Initiative and threw the report back at them. He basically said, wait, is this your article? And he linked to it where you clearly state that the little harm that nicotine has on the body, rethink nicotine and the title of it, and you just list the devastating effects of combustibles and not nicotine. Hubbard later added that Truth had scrubbed the report from their website, and he posted a thread about it, and there's a link to it. And basically, it's the article saying, they need to rethink nicotine and its effects. Yes. 1 second. Okay, so I'm trying to find the actual link to the PDF. Because I know somebody downloaded and put it up. Okay, so this is the Twitter link. So at least, Inksy, can you pull? I'll put it in chat.
Yeah.
Pull that up, and then.
No, you posted it in the group.
Okay.
That worked.
Let's see.
Florian Bush.
Let's see if we can get the PDF. From the Wayback Machine. I think the Wayback Machine has a PDF. But anyways, I will. There's some of the highlights. I'll post some of the highlights of the PDF. If you want to just condense these. Oh, it's not going to let me, is it? It's too much.
Too much.
Yeah, so here is here in chat is the link or the highlights, Inksy, inside chat.
Okay. This is highlights from the PDF itself?
Yes.
Was that too much to post as a comment?
Yeah, it was 3 something out of 200.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's fine. I can do it.
And I'm while you do that, I'm gonna get the link to the PDF. 1 second.
Blank. Oh, that's a lot of text.
Nicotine is used for a number of reasons in human studies. Acute administration of custard can have negative effects on one's weight. such as shit. A lot of reading.
Okay, and here is the link of the Google Cache, where you can actually see the link. Sorry, it's going to get muddled in there.
No, it's all right. I'm gonna stop. I just put that first paragraph or so, or maybe 2 paragraphs, and then they can look at the rest of it on the
Basically, you know, they're saying nicotine removed from tobacco smoke is not as harmful as it once was thought. A recent Truth Initiative white paper reminds us nicotine by itself does not cause cancer. While it may contribute to heart disease and other health problems, nicotine is certainly much less harmful than tobacco smoke. In fact, nicotine can actually provide some benefits such as improving attention and memory.
It's similar. It has similar effects on the heart as caffeine.
Yeah. So I've got a friend of mine who's got Tourette's, and not like sitcom Tourette's, right, where it's all swearing and whatnot.
Like vocal, like eye rolling and stuff, and like
full physical tics, verbal tics, but not swearing necessarily, just noises and stuff. Anyway, he's had it since I've known him in high school, and he's a great guy. But he found years ago that a pipe, and tobacco pipe, helped him immensely in kind of reducing the number of tics and the things that he was having that neurologically he just has to do. It definitely like scaled it down quite a bit for him, which is cool. And when I stopped smoking and started vaping, I tried to get him onto it, but I think he also enjoyed the whole peaceful, slow pipe process, and he didn't smoke very often, so he wasn't worried about it too much. But I do think that's kind of an interesting point, though, because you're right. I think nicotine does have some positive effects for some people. Obviously, consult your doctors, because I'm not one.
I wonder if they changed that, because so I was able to download the PDF from that Google cache, but I don't think it's the same report. Oh yeah, action.
Rob said, since the majority of vapors smoke for decades, it's going to be hard to distinguish what caused the future health problem, and that is true. But the upside is now we can use all these 14-year-olds that are vaping all the time and never smoked. We can use them for the case studies.
Yep.
Again,
73% of participants noted an increase in yeeting.
A significant increase in yeeting is caused
84% sales numbers through the roof of flat-brimmed hats and black clothing. Oh, I can't link the file, but anyways, so there it is.
Yeah. Thank you.
So my initial suggestion for the show name tonight was, fuck, it's Wednesday already.
Yeah.
This last week has flown by. There was so much that I was trying to get done.
For real. I actually thought today was Thursday, and I was asking one of my bosses at work about something for tomorrow, thinking tomorrow was Friday, and he's like, "You mean Friday?" And I'm like, roll down the top menu on my phone. I'm like, "Fuck, it's Wednesday."
Mm-hmm.
Boy.
Yep.
Agreed.
Flying.
And
high in the sky.
That's all I got.
Me too. I think that's all I got it too. And we're like exactly at an hour tonight. How do you like that? And we didn't go off on like rando television conversation this time. We're just talking about vaping quite a bit.
I'm just waiting for the too much sports ball talk comment. It's like about another 10 minutes of baseball.
There wasn't that much. There's a little.
Okay. Whatever. I like baseball. Fuck you. I actually haven't been to a game yet this season. I need to go.
Your beloved metas.
Yeah, I'm kind of over trying to make opening day every year, so
It's a hard one to get to.
expensive one. One day of the year, you know it's a sold out crowd.
Yeah, right.
So yeah. But anyway, we will see you next week. Thank you for tuning in. This is Angsty. This is Masty.
Peace out.
Peace, peace.